Welcome back to Music is My Business podcast. My name is Wally, a.k.a. Mr. Music is My Business. I'm here with my co-host, Treasure Nicole and Ocho Mexico. Now, we're diving right in. It's the first chapter of the book. I really felt like, besides the introduction where they get to know a little bit more about me, I felt it was really important to talk about crafting a vision. Because I think a lot of people, one of the first things I noticed about artists and entertainers, business owners, entrepreneurs, is they don't really have a destination in mind. They get in a car and they drive, and you could burn a lot of gas, you could see a lot of the country, but doesn't that necessarily mean you're gonna reach your destination? So I feel like, what does that mean to you, crafting your vision?
I think with crafting our vision, it's just about first seeing it, right? So you are right. Like a lot of artists get in the car and they just drive. They don't have no goals. But once you see it, to write it. So make it like it already is and have that plan. What was that movie I watched? King Richard, right? It was like a movie, and he was saying, if you don't plan to fail, you plan to fail if you don't fail to plan. I'm messing it up crazy, but see the movie, y'all know the quote. But the point is, like, that's what it means to craft it and to really make sense of it. Like, to just say, oh, I want to be famous, or I want to be a singer.
That's an end result.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Like, that's, okay, but
how
how we getting there? How we doing it? Yeah,
exactly.
So.
Yeah, I get it. Like, cause a lot of people, and that's actually really annoying to hear people, like, it's like a waste of time sometimes to talk to people who think like that. Like, oh, I want to do this. Okay, what you doing to do it? So basically, long story short, what you say, crafting your vision. So saying I want to be rich, and you just saying you want to be rich because you see the shit on TV or whatever. If you don't have no vision, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So you just dreaming. There ain't no such thing as a dream. A dream should always be a goal. So never say that's your dream, because dreams ain't real.
You know why I really came up with that? It's like, I think that your vision needs to be so huge that it fucking scares you at night. If your heart doesn't beat and when you're trying to do something, you're going after something, it's not big enough. You're putting a limit on yourself. You're capping. You need to come up with the most craziest, outrageous idea that you can pull off and make it happen. And I always tell people is that, like, God never gave me a dream that I had a budget for or I could afford, right? If that makes sense. Like, I never had like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start a TV show. Oh, I got an extra $30,000 sitting around where I can create this, or I can build out the studio, or I can get equipment. No, I had a vision and I made it happen, and whatever it took to do it is what I was willing to do. And just like what I'm willing to do to protect it.
Exactly.
So it's got to be big. And I think a lot of times people, they set goals, but they don't make them big enough. So they do it intentionally because they want to achieve them goals easily, so they feel like accomplished. So they set the standard real low, so they can hit it. They can go online and Instagram or whatever, post something and feel like, hey, I have some immediate gratitude. But like, it doesn't happen. Like, a tree grows every day. You don't need to be standing in front of it, clapping it. It's gonna grow. It's the same thing with your career, your business, your relationships. If you cultivate it, if you nurture it, if you feed it, it's gonna be successful. One of the things, one of the first mistakes I think I made when I did my crafting my vision?
What's that?
I made a 5-year plan. You ever hear that? Like, you start to say, hey, you got a business, you should make a 5-year plan. You know why I'm telling you why it was a mistake?
Why? Tell me. I don't want to guess.
What do you think?
Because the goals are too low.
No 5 years. What the fuck
I did it in 2 years.
Yeah, he beat it.
I did it in 2 years. Now, I should feel like, hey, I'm accomplished. I did it. They were cool goals. But really, I really didn't even tap in, I feel like, my potential. And I didn't feel like I was living the best version of me. So that's really one of the things I want to talk to artists and people and entertainers and business owners, people that are listening to podcasts, to reading the book, musicbusinessebook.com, shameless plug for the website, is that, you got to go after it. You got to go and define what your vision is. Because when you sit down and you actually write it up, then it starts making sense, or it doesn't. Exactly. I mean, you'd be surprised how many times I said, I'm going to do this. This is something I really want to do. I pick up the phone, or the phone rings and somebody has like the same thing in mind. Because you have to put it out. The universe responds to our vibration and what we want. Not what we say, but what we really feel and what we're open to. So I want to keep people open to that. And I want to make sure that they understand that you have to have a vision, sit down, get a notebook. You don't need like fancy software, apps, all that stuff. piece of paper or pen, your thoughts, sit down and write out what your life looks like. It's like a book. Start at the end. Write the happy ending and work backwards. You understand? That's the key. Is you always want to start it. You know, we're Scorpios, right? So we like beginning is an end. So I always know a way in.
We are Ocho Pisces. Yeah.
Ocho's Pisces, but I'm saying me and Treasure.
For sure.
So it's about a beginning and an ending, right? So I start at the beginning. It's my initial thought to manifest. My ending is my vision, and my plan is everything in between. So that's why crafting your vision, sitting down, writing it, incorporate it, really looking at what kind of resources you have out there is going to be so important.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't write anything down. It's just like
that's good because there's
I just know
everything
that I do. Like everything I do is automatic. I feel like if I'm gonna do something, everything that I do is what I'm supposed to do, and I should not do what I'm not supposed to do. So I'm not gonna write down what I'm supposed to do.
See, I think you have a unique situation because I think other people, when they write it down, it helps them focus their thoughts.
Yeah, see, it's just like this. It's like me. I'm more of a do or die type of person. So I don't have to. Like I never was the type of person that wake up in the morning and need the. I don't need positive affirmations and inspirational videos and woo out the bam. It's just like he said, it's like a special situation. It's just like, it's just in me. So maybe I should stop talking.
Right. Well, that's important because there's going to be people listening at home. They're going to feel the same way. And the matter is if
so don't feel bad if you're not watching. Right. So don't feel bad if you're not. Yeah, let's say this because I know you go like all through when I was like going through my indoctrination process, and you know I was in school and stuff like that. They teach you that you gotta write this down, you gotta write that down, and this and that and the third and the fourth and the fifth. But I never wrote anything down. Any test I ever took, I never had scratch paper. I never did anything, and I always excelled. So. You don't have to write nothing down. Just be true to yourself. That's like really the everything. If you're gonna do something, be true to it. You know what I mean?
I think you got a unique ability to organize your thoughts maybe more than the next person.
You know, and it's just like, it's like let's say for instance, let's like synergize this with like let's say with my music and my creative process, right? Please. I freestyle. I'm really good at freestyling, and it makes sense when I freestyle. So when I freestyle, it's just stuff that's already there. It's like playing Tetris with my thoughts. You know what I mean? And playing Tetris with the words and it come out how it come out. So with that being said, it's just like when you really, if you believe in purpose, destiny, fate, whatever you want to call it, then just walk your path. Let's say that. If you got a path, you're going to know what you're doing when you're on your path, right? So if you deviate, if you spiritual, and like I said, I feel like I said this a million times, everybody got a path and everybody got something that they was born to do, right? So if you're walking your path, you're going to feel great when you're doing it. You're going to continue to prosper and get better as you're doing it. But when you're deviating away from your path and you're not being true to you, that's when you start getting depressed and your body just start, your mental not resonating with your heart and your heart not resonating with the spirit. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. See, a tree is not here to be a freaking fire hydrant. Right.
You know
what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So like let's put this into simple terms and then I'm gonna stop talking because I'm about to go off the deep end. There's nothing in this world that's here just to be here. Every single thing in this world has purpose. If you see a fire, like you can look at anything in this room, it's here for a reason. Nothing in this room is not here for a reason.
Nothing accidental.
Nothing. I promise you. Look at anything. If you even look at trash, it used to be something.
It's true. It's part of the thing. So the next thing, speaking of manifesting, and I think that's a good insight because some people are unique. I'm able to organize a lot of thoughts, but what I realize, and this may help you with something with your company, is that because I can't see inside your head, you know, and I manage Ocho, but because I can't see inside your head, when we sit down and we write stuff down together, like I do with Johnny and anybody else, what do? We can now everybody's on the same page and we're all looking at the same playbook. So that's kind of crafting your vision, and if there's more than one person involved outside of you, we need a game plan. So that's why we're going to do it. So that's crafting your vision, man. So like one of the next things when you're crafting a vision, I really want to roll into is What is a brand? Can you tell me what do you define a brand as?
I think, yeah. Go ahead, Ocho.
So basically, a brand is just the physical, relatable manifestation of who you are. Simple as that. That everybody can see. It's basically something that you can put into an image that says everything about who you are. That can gravitate and sell who you are, because like I said, like this world is all about prosper, right? This world is about money and income and making more money and providing. So
money. Let's get in that brand.
Exactly. So the brand is basically it's a business. It's just basically a logo to your business.
So the dictionary defines a brand as.
Shout out to Webster. That's my granddaddy, my great granddaddy.
What you talking about, Willis?
That's my great granddaddy.
That's it. So a brand is the dictionary defines a brand as the image, identity, character, and personality of a service or a product that a business provides. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think that goes into like being back to what I was saying earlier about just us not being singers or just rappers or just that goes into like the 3-dimensional thing. If you're a brand, you got to represent more than the music. You got to make it really all kind of tie together.
Music is my business.
So that's where it goes. The music is my business. So brand is very, very important because that's something you got to live with. That's something you got to take. You got to take off with.
And boom. Yeah. Guess what? It say brand. When you hear the word brand, what do you think of? When they brand you, like tattooed on you, I mean, what can you do to stamp yourself and establish yourself permanently? That's what brand is.
Yeah, and then in addition,
McDonald's.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like
arches.
You see that golden arch, that shit, that's part of me. That's forever. You feel me? Brand mean an image that lasts forever.
And even when you see Nike or anybody, you know to just do it. You know, it's just those certain brands encourage you to do that thing, and that's what you want to strive to be even greater than that.
Do you guys know where the term brand came from?
Tell me.
The word brand? So
Somebody
the word
named Brandon?
No, actually it's actually a lot older than that and a lot more simple. So it actually came from cattle ranchers hundreds of years ago. So cattle ranchers would have their cattle, they would roam free, they would take them to slaughterhouses as processing and things opened, and each farmer had a unique brand or an iron that they created in their farm, a unique symbol or a shape.
I mean, yeah, that's what
and
I
they
see.
would burn it. They would literally brand it.
They did that to slaves
into
too.
the side, yeah, and the people as well. They would brand it into their skin so they can identify them and keep track of it. So it's kind of the same thing, and you know what? And brands they're marketing tools to promote products and services, but they're more. A lot of people say like, I got a brand, I have a logo. That's not a brand. That's just a logo. You know, people have brand product features are like logos. There's slogans. There's colors that are proprietary that are recognizable. Like the UrbanGrindTV has the red. The UrbanGrindRadio has a red. So there's certain colors that distinguish and they set us apart so we're not confused with other people. You know what I mean? And more importantly, what I say a brand is a promise. So a brand is that, and when you if you go to and you buy Pellegrino or you buy a certain kind of water or alcohol or whatever product, you purchase that product and not the store version because you have an expectation of quality from that brand. You buy a Coca-Cola and not, whatever blank pop because it has a Pepsi because it has a distinct taste. And then it's going to be consistent across the board. And that's one of the things I think that people need to understand is that that's a promise to your customer and you need to keep that promise. So when they're expecting Johnny Dimitri and they want that energy, you got to bring it. When they want Treasure Nicole and they're looking for that look.
So many dimensions to it. Like brand got so many dimensions to it. You know what I mean? And it just got to cover everything. Like it's so psychological at the end of the day, man. It's like when you do this, you got to understand psychology. Like you said, colors say different things to you. So that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother situation.
So tell me, what do you guys assume if you have an experience, a positive experience with a brand, what does that mean to you? Are you going to go back and patronize it again, that business?
I had to put myself into a situation where I had a certain brand. I'm like, I got to go back to this. Let's see. Facts. Good customer service. So that's all I can say.
You can see how if music is your business and you're in the music entertainment, if you're a manager
You gotta like exactly. You gotta come with it every time. See, that's another thing too. You guys like if you doing whatever you doing, content created, whatever content you created, you gotta come with it every single time. Like I feel like a lot of people like when they get jump in the music business, they still be thinking about it on a personal level. Like, oh well, I will out the bam and this and the third. You know what I mean? Like when a lot of oh man, I'm about to get into off the deep end again. Like when a lot of people like, man, I'm the greatest rapper. Brand that then. You know what I'm saying? If you great and you better than everybody, brand it like you better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just think you better than everybody because you might actually be better than everybody, but you gotta be better than everybody, and you gotta maintain that every single time you coming off.
You know what that is? That positive experience. What it does, it creates an emotional connection with them. So when they think Ocho Entertainment or Treasure Nicole or Urban Grind TV, they're gonna think about that positive experience. Or if it's Urban Grind TV, man, I've seen them on television. Yeah. I've met them somewhere. I had a great experience, and that's what keeps people coming back, and that's what brings the value. So if music is your
good customer service, man.
Right? Customer service, you know Ocho Entertainment. Right. So that's my whole point, is that if music is your business, then you gotta understand how to craft a vision. You need to understand how to build a brand and what is a brand. And more importantly, if you have a brand, you have to take care of it, because it can go south fast. Really,
and we ain't even talk about Atlanta.
Quick. Things can happen. So I'm just saying, so like, because you I don't even know what that is. That's kind of like off topic. But my point is,
like the birds fly south for the winter, but whatever.
Yeah. But my point is though, is like, you had if you have a negative experience with something, that's what you're gonna relate it to. And that's why, musicians, if you get booked for an event, this is how I'm going to relate it. Now I'm going to apply the knowledge. If you get booked for a show, be there early. Be on time. Have your music, WAV file, MP3. Have it in order. Apply the knowledge and stuff, because that's just about music is my business. That is because now when I know, hey, if I book somebody for a TV interview and they're always an hour late, they put me behind. Hold on, let me finish. And they put me behind or they throw me off. I'm gonna think about that next time I have, especially if they're hosting for me or they're performing. I'm gonna consider when it comes down to that personality or another person. I'm gonna say, you know what, man, I really can't get a hold of him or her. Or sometimes the performances are A1. Sometimes it's an off night. So that's where consistency comes in, right? If I eat a hamburger tonight from McDonald's or I eat it tomorrow, it should taste the same essentially, because there's a standard of service. So I encourage that with musicians, producers, graphic designers, artists, managers, makeup artists, choreographers, anybody in the entertainment industry, you can apply this knowledge to, because you have to understand that your brand speaks for yourself. It's not just a logo and the image. And what I think I want to touch on too is there are some things that people do not need to associate their brand with. And there's a chapter coming up later where we say no. Where people are going to ask you to do things, affiliate yourself, your business, your brand with certain things in this business, and they're not going to be a good look. And they're going to be your friend, your colleague, somebody that you may even look up to. And you're going to have to learn how to tell that person no. And you got to understand, because it might not be the best look for your brand. Yeah. And if you got a good team, good management, people that love you around you, producer, whatever, they should tell you like, yo, that's not a good look. Because it's not about money in the beginning. This is your brand. It's like trust. It takes forever to build and a second to lose it. Yeah. So I really want to encourage people to, craft their vision, create their brand, stand behind that brand, build the value of that brand, and most importantly, protect that brand when it comes down to it. My name is Wally, a.k.a. Mr. Music is My Business.
Y'all just got some real gems. So it's Treasure Nicole, your favorite Scorpio.
Ocho Mexico, and my book is Music is My Business, a startup strategy guide to the music business. You can go to musicbusinessebook.com right now, check out some excerpts, and get yourself a free download. Until next time, we'll see you back with the next chapter.
Urban Grind.
Thanks for clicking on the link. My name is Wally Lockard III. I'm the executive producer of Urban Grind Television and author of Music is My Business, a startup strategy guide to the music business. I've been in the industry for over 18 years, working with artists, entertainers, producers, record executives, and more. I put together a brand new strategy guide just for you on how to navigate the music business. I'm going to talk about your vision, about your commitments, about your dreams, building the supreme team, and more. Also, how to fund your business. So all you need to do is hit the link below, put in your email address. We're going to send you the newsletter. We're going to give you some free bonus content, and you also got an exclusive offer. It's all free. Just click on the link below, put in your email address, and get in tune. It's Urban Grind TV. Music is my business. Let's go.